Speller Dee Dee, taking my walk. This is day 13 of, well, not day 13, the 13th. It's day 26, I think, now. I can't remember. Anyway, I am walking. Oh, look at the geese's over there. See the geese? Yeah. It's going to be a little bit of a controversial walk and talk today based on some things that popped up on my phone. Apparently our law enforcement officers, aka police department, not around here, I don't even know where it was and I don't want to know, think it's perfectly okay to shoot leashed dogs. So for those of you that don't get the whole vegan thing, why would anybody want to be vegan or vegetarian or whole food plant-based, which is more what I am, and who think, oh, well, you know, pigs and cows, they're not domestic animals, they're farm animals, and we would never do that to our domestic animals. Really? This happened, I'm pretty sure, in the United States, and there were several incidences that I found out about. So, yeah, it's only a matter of time before what happens in other places starts happening here and is justified here. So, because if we can kill pigs, cows, sheep, whatever, then we certainly can do the same to domestic pets without blinking an eye. All it takes is literally conditioning so that, oh, come on. Now my phone's reconnecting again. You feel that it's okay to kill any type of animal and you don't think about it. Because, I mean, okay, there are places where animals have never been eaten for food. Why? Because it wasn't a thing. It wasn't something children were given beef at age 4 or whatever. They weren't taught that animals were to be eaten. They were taught that animals were pets to take care of and love. But yeah, we've gone beyond that to thinking that we own everything. I don't want to say we. People have gone beyond that to think they own everything and can kill what they want and do what they want with it without any source of guilt or feelings of, oh, poor thing, you know. Yet I can't even bear to watch a hunting movie or even a medical situation where an animal is harmed without cringing, you know. So there's that situation that upset me this morning. And then I was watching the RBC weddings. For those of you that don't know what that is, that's the gypsy weddings, Romani gypsies. And I noticed in all of the videos that I saw, the brides, the wives to be, looked really sad on their wedding day. And I kept watching one video after another, and every one of the brides looked either sad or like if they were doing a video and they did a close-up, it looked like they forced a smile. They looked like they were trying to force themselves to look happy during their wedding day. And of course, me, being the inquiring mind that I am, wanted to know, why would a bride be unhappy on their wedding day? So I read something online about Romani gypsy life, and apparently it's an arranged marriage with no input from the woman, and they arranged this marriage when the baby boy, the guy that she's going to marry, is a baby, with dowries, like the old-fashioned arranged marriages in some countries, you know. Apparently it's that way in Romani gypsy life, at least in some of them. So the woman never got a chance to say yay or nay to the choice of the guy that was chosen for her, basically. And, yeah, that would make any woman unhappy to find out they married a frog or something, a toad, you know. And in other words, to find out that the guy they married, they weren't attracted to. It wasn't like their choice. So that explains it. It's just kind of odd and off-putting when you see a wedding, a marriage, taking place where everybody is literally dressed to what they call the ninth, which or nines or whatever, where the women are wearing like big hoop skirts with emeralds and diamonds on them and beautiful headpieces, and their nails are all done up, and their makeup is like cake makeup. I mean, it looks like they're... You ever see those children beauty contests like Honey Boo Boo used to be in, where they just put this really thick makeup on their face and these dark pink or red lips and put the fake teeth on and all that stuff? Yeah, that's pretty much like a Romani gypsy wedding, I think. So they're looking all pretty, you know, society's version of what beautiful is. And it's kind of like, okay, a comparison I could make with you. I used to work for Glamour Shots way, way back in the day when we first moved out to Illinois from New York. And I remember we would take, no offense to anybody, but what the world standard of not good looking, or as we would say, ugly looking women, and we would put wigs on them. We would put cake makeup. By cake makeup, I mean like stage makeup. The kind of really thick makeup that makes you stand out when you're in a stage play or something like that. We would put that makeup on them, and we would put the lipstick on, and we would do their hair and their eye makeup and put jewels on them or scarves or whatever. I don't know. And I'm telling you, by the world standards, the most ugliest woman could look like a model with all that makeup and wig and all that. Seriously, even women that had like burns on their face and, you know, things that would be disfiguring to a face. I'm not hating on anybody, I promise. I'm just telling you a situation. And it was amazing, the transformation that could be done with these people. Oh, and I'm talking and like you're not even hearing me record because it said tap to retry. So I must be out of the Wi-Fi area again. So I'm not sure how much you heard. Basically, working at Glamour Shots, we turned what society would deem as ugly into pretty, or beautiful even. So yeah, I'm thinking kind of like the Romani weddings and the Gypsy Romani places were kind of probably like that. Only thing I don't like, you know, dress-wise, is the women wear super short dresses a lot of times. Even their little girls are dressed what I would deem as inappropriately. To kind of put ideas in the male population's heads. Now, I think Romani weddings are actually among their own people, like families marrying into families sort of thing. That would be what we would call taboo in most situations. But yeah, that's basically kind of how it goes there. And yeah, so you got a lot of unhappy brides, and then I wonder, because like the unmarried women in the videos that they show, they're like this with like peace sign with their lips puckered up like they're supposed to be, you know, sultry or something like that. Because I think they're taught from the time that they're very young, their whole purpose on this planet is to entice a guy. Now here's the sad thing. Once they're married, they are basically property of the guy. They are not allowed to speak up if they disagree with something, talk back. It's very disgraceful if when they are married, they are not pure. Read between the lines. And they basically, if on the night of the honeymoon they did not put out the sheet that depicted that they were united, I'm trying to be very vague just in case there's any little ears hearing. If they could not produce that sheet that signified the oneness, then that girl was basically kind of disowned from the group. They had to move, like relocate, because it was shameful that she was not pure on her wedding night. So as a result, Romani gypsies I don't think it's super common for them to be, flighty before marriage. Because if they're not pure, then they are pretty much ostracized from the group. But a lot of these women, I'm not sure how many of them are aware of that kind of stuff. And maybe that's why they can dress provocatively and do like that in the videos. Because they think all they have to look forward to is, ooh, next time it's going to be my turn. I'm going to get to marry the guy my parents chose for me, and I'll be a married woman one day. Because that's all they know. That's all they think they're made for, created for, is to be some guy's wife someday, to cook and clean and do his bidding and not ever have an opinion of their own. So maybe that's why they're sad. I don't know, the brides. Because they knew that fancy-free lifestyle of wanting to be the one, the bride, that got whisked off into the sunset by whoever her parents chose. And they remember, being single and probably miss it, especially if they don't like the guy their parents chose. So that would account for the sad expressions on the brides' faces in most of the RBC weddings videos that I've seen. Let's see. There was something else. Oh, I was watching a Judge Toller episode. I guess somebody posted it like 6 days ago or something. Now, I don't know. It might be an older episode because I don't know if Judge Toller is back on TV. But if she is, I would love to know because I love watching her in the judge shows, reality shows or whatever. And I'm not sure how much of the judge TV shows are reality shows or just literally people pick those judges to handle their cases. But Judge Toller, pretty sure she's a Christian, but she tells it like it is. She doesn't mince words. She's pretty, in your face kind of with people. So that's what I like about her. She doesn't mince words with people. She tells them exactly how things are and what to do and all that kind of stuff. So, I'm going to leave this as a part 1, and I'm going to go to part 2 in a minute because I have a feeling I don't have chat enabled on here, and I want to do that. So stay tuned for part 2.